The degrees in course will now be presented. Will all the candidates please rise? President Hanbury, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates have assembled will be qualified for degrees in course by successfully completing curriculum offered by Nova Southeastern University and have been recommended by the faculty and board of trustees upon completion to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic achievements. All candidates may now be seated until directed to come forward. I do apologize. I'm going to ask you to stand one more time. Mr. President.
In accordance with the custom we have established, we now present each graduate. Students receiving doctoral degrees would be hooded. It's our custom to allow candidates to choose a member of their immediate families who are in the profession to hood them. Will the family members who will be hooding the graduates please come forward when requested. Each of the graduates will be presented with an academic hood. This ceremony signifies the symbolic transfer of our professions from one family member to another. Would the candidates for the degrees of the College of Healthcare Sciences, the Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Therapy, and the Doctor of Physical Therapy please come forward? And Dr. Lippman, I think you now going to introduce Dr. Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Now you may be seated. Thank you very much. Dr. Stanley Wilson, the Associate Dean of the College of Healthcare Sciences, will present the center's candidates for doctoral degrees. Dr. Wilson. I would also like to request President Hanbury, Ms. Richie Perez, Mr. Jeffrey Jerkis, and David Tyree to come forward.
Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Therapy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy Transition Program please come forward? I'd like to also request Dr. Shari Roan Adams, Dr. Benny Litwin, Dr. Samuel Chen, and Dr. Madeline Hellman to come forward to hood the graduates. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Doctor of Philosophy in Physical Therapy, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and Doctor of Physical Therapy Transition Program.
Doctor of Philosophy of Physical Therapy, Ann Elizabeth O'Donnell. Doctor of Physical Therapy Transition, Alicia Corinne Eddington. Doctor of Physical Therapy Transition, Gail Andrea Alicia Gooding Hall. Marjorie Marty. Wendy Nicole Perty. David Michael Zupflock. Majda Alduseni. Kimberly Sarah Blackaby. Julie Elizabeth Carabini. Victoria Joy Aarons. Jonathan Isaac Blake. Andrea Margaret Charles. Teresa Emmett Doolittle. Dane Garrett Franson. Amanda Geltz. Tara Lee Gonzalez. Stephen Khalil Gafour. Jared Graham. Sterling Lyle Guthrie. Melissa Angela Handley. Rendell Clint Kidd. Bronson England. Megan Marie Kim. Benjamin Richard Coriz. Brittany Morgan Lamb. Lauren Brooke Levine. Amber Maltese. John McCarty. Tyler Bradney Love. Matthew McMillan. Natalie Ray Meacher. Amanda Nelson. Brooke Marie Oline. Michelle Esther Pivara. Nicholas Orion Orion. Matthias Pizzini. Courtney Lee Rainey. Andrea Robin Quaid. Stephen Michael Salinas. Ashley Nicole Robinson. Brooke Ashley Schlansky. Alika Sehouse. Mo Tomasi. Anya Shikshrik. Christine Marie Verst. Benjamin B. Truckman. Jared Russell Wayne. Holly Lynn Urban. Christopher Thomas Wagner. Austin Blake Wittenauer. Danya Elena Yanez. Sarah Elizabeth Whiteman.
Dr. Harold Loback, the Dean of the College of Medical Sciences, will present the candidate for the degree Master of Biomedical Science.
Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidate for the degree of Master of Biomedical Sciences please come forward? President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting this candidate who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Master of Biomedical Sciences.
Rebecca Dawn Liberty.
Dr. David Loshin, the Dean of the College of Optometry, will present the candidates for the doctoral degree.
Thank you, Dr. Littman. Will the candidates for the Doctor of Optometry degree please come forward? I also request Dr. Barry Franz, Dr. Joseph Saka, Dr. Michael Bacigalupi, and Dr. Ilio Basada, the Hooding Committee, please come forward also. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Doctor of Optometry.
Elizabeth Abrante. Esma Asami. Lina Tatiana Arango. Abdelfi Nabi Awad. Fernando Barra. Kelly Thompson Bashin. Jillian Benitez. Tuan Kwak Bluey. Rebecca Dawn Baumgartner. Jessica Ann Cameron. Matthew David Camporis. Hawaii Ginny Chan. Jonathan David Cheo. Cheryl Cherian, being hooded by Dr. Ann Cherian Winful. Jonathan K. Chun. Justin Eric Coleman. Andrew Scott Carmria. Benjamin Brian Cook, being hooded by Dr. Brian Cook. Jennifer Lynn Cosin. Christopher Joseph Daldine. Heather Lee Donizo. Osvaldo Diaz. Lola Lachey Douglas. Raymond Lee Forehand. Stephanie T. Frankel. Stephanie Rebecca Fromstein. Ashley Jean Glivick. Bubita Devi Gumden. Lee Guaten. Lee Wei Guo. Brittany Logan Hill. Emirette Laura Hanna. George Hanna. Christian Armando Hernandez. Eric Scott Heaps. Bestie Sim Jacob. Anthony Blake Hudo. Nathan William James. Anna Francis James. Summer Dawn Jones. Fikret Kayoshi. Taewan Raymond Kim. Allison Dominica Kitsero. Mysam Lam. Cassandra Jean Lapagard. Colette Irene Larson. Karina Lee. Jessie Rose Lee. Jungmin Lauren Lee. Corey Isaac Levman. Maggie Lee. Whitney Allison McGarry. Elise Michelle Malde. Carolus Ratag Mikel. Mary Catherine Mooring. John Yonuts Nadalsko. Quan Din Nguyen. Laura Marie Painter. Sharon Park. Pooja Jayesh Patel. Brian Michael Peterson. Nicholas Austin Pittman. Sergio Pradilla. Bessie Lydia Kwok. Arena Radik. Denise Rochelle Ramasar. David Reagan Jr. Patricia Palma Samuel. Ginger Saldek. Samad Sebgati. Summer Zia Sheikh. Julia Sheiko. Claudia V. Soto. Oksana Sova. Matthew Lewis Stoltz. Eric Robert Strout. Benjamin Thale. Arslan Saeed Tejaman. Chi Tran. Kuna Tudatsuruk. Trin Tan. Tuan Tan Tran. Yin Su Tran. Victoria True. Andrew Victor Valenti, being hooded by Dr. James F. Valenti. Lindsay Vernilo. Nihad Varani. Hong Vu. Anika Deanna Williams. Christy Witt. Sarah V. Williams. Michelle Minjo Wang. Lauren Zeifdin. Suhan George Yin.
Dr. Andres Malave, the Dean of the, the Dean of the College of Pharmacy, will present the candidates for a doctoral degree.
Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy please come forward? I also request Dr. Joshua Caballero, Dr. Jennifer Gershman, Dr. Suede Rizvi, and Dr. Mutasem Rawash Kalaji, the hooding committee, to please come forward. Dr. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy.
Atake Adam. Shauna Krieger Acosta. Sinyo Kojo Abernua. Francis Akamakpang. Danielle Benedict, being hooded by Doctors Annette and Ron Benedict. Sabah Ahmad. Rihanna Helen Ahmad. Anarelis Almanzar. Faria Anika Ali. Holly Almacian. Baveen D. Antala. Christina Isabel Alvarez. Jessica Lynn Askinozi. Osvaldo Andreas Antamatea. Jezebel Avia. Alina Ascanio, being hooded by Dr. Alexander Ascanio. Jalal Awad. Lakshay Altri. Rovnado Balum. David Ryan Bond. Annabelle Delabero. Jeffrey Scott Berger. Granal Badiadora. Alicia K. Bernstein. Shivani Bagwandian. Victor Avuaka Boadi. Paul Betger. Belinda Brew. Luliski Cabrera. Leilani Caldero Quinones. Aliyah April Shantara, being hooded by Dr. Aman Shantara Miranda. Marcela Castano. R.T. Himal Kumar Shawan. Heli Chowdhury, being hooded by Dr. Dharam Patel. Yancy Chin. Crystal Costa. Matthew Bradley Cohen. Fabiola Debadi, being hooded by Dr. Jessica Debadi. Matthew Bradley Cohen. Chin Deng. Stefan Carrero. Ariana C. Domami. Christopher John Blay. Ronak Davawala. Ryan De Braganzia. Jonathan Dimps. Himal Gopaldas Degai. Ben Ho Don. Swetha Dharmavaram, being hooded by Dr. Shobha Reddy. Shamoli Doshe. Jonathan Ryan Eason. Ali Ibrahimi. Melissa K. Eisenman, being hooded by Dr. Zachary Eisenman and Dr. Joshua Eisenman. Marin Elsa Enos. Monica Lynn Eisenman, being hooded by Drs. Joshua and Zachary Eisenman. Chris R. Ewing. Kai Feng. Jennifer Marie Fernandez. Merlene Veronica Fernandez. Yesenia Toro Fick. Hugh Anthony Frank. Marcus Eugene Fulmer. Lydia Galada. Annabelle Galano, being hooded by Dr. Aldo Galano. Ashlyn Autumn George. Anneliz Eileen Pereira. Chelsea Catherine Goebel. Shara Melissa Golden. Janelle Gonzalez. Melanie Esquero Gomez. Willa Tamika Grubbs. Stephanie Greenstein. Genevieve Marie Hill. Ashley Brett Gustafson. Alicia Natasha Harvey, being hooded by Dr. Marjorie Robinson. Laura Elizabeth Hanlon. Sakati Heng. Michael Thomas Inza. Vivian C. Hernandez. Andrew Thomas Jacobs. Anil Jacob, being hooded by Dr. John Thomas. Jamie Mary John. Smooth General. BB Hasina Khan. Kathleen Lydiette Kelly. Camille Jeanette King, being hooded by Dr. Nick Becky. Kevin Kurion. Chelsea Umnar. Lauren Landetta, being hooded by Dr. Phil Landetta. Laura Yamazares. Youngyi Lin. David James Lawman. Arelis Maria Lopez. Dana E. Lopez Figueroa. Giovanni Lopez. Jacqueline Lauren Lopez. Osmar Lopez. Vu Lee. Alex Chase. Love Pileto. Yu Shen Lu, being hooded by Dr. Chia Chun Ho. Christina Maria Luces. Craig Ian Ross McDonald. Christopher Peter Maseri. Sultan Mehfuz, being hooded by Dr. Mahmouda Sultana. Shireen Majidova. Lena Mai. Sarah Helmi Aziz Makar. Arlene Manduka. Maria Manuel. Jonathan Marin. Analia Martin. Grace Martin. Leanne Marie Mari. Melissa Medeiros. Kathy Medina. Niv Kamour, Jay Mejia. Viviana Medina Morales. Mackenzie Clay Messenger. Narai Miranda Galiosa. Adam Mitrani. Arlen Mitrani. Jessica Sarah Moskovitz. Milaud Muspano. Janice Muniz. Francesca Muniz. Lynn Gabriel Munoz Robledo. Alejandro Jose Ortiz Irizarry. Waldemar Nieves. Shukling Ningwang. James Andrew Nilin, being hooded by Dr. Ali Korsan. Lost the battery. Ham Nguyen. Matthew Nesbitt. Ami Nguyen. Van Nguyen. Tran Nguyen, being hooded by Dr. Ru Nguyen and Dr. Nguyen Nguyen. V. Nina Nguyen. Tainim Sosa Novoa, being hooded by Dr. Candy Montalvan Castro. James Munoz. John Henry O'Brien. Neyamaka Adobe Wangwo. Pauline Park. Lisa Marie Pecholi. Druvang Patel. Darshan Patel. Janal Junuk Patel. Anit Patel. Kalpesh Patel. Kunal R. Patel. Samir A. Patel. Nimi Vishal Patel. Pamela Perline Pearson. Arelis Perez. Anand Prasad. Melvin Sklister Pickens Jr. Punima Pothumarti. Jonathan Potter. Kimmy Qualch. Marissa Ann Ramsaprup. Nadij Renard. Pankaj D. Ravani. Rosenes Jose Rios. Hector Francisco Rivera Gonzalez. Edgar Rivera. Alexandra Rivera Cruz. Eileen Caridad Rivero. Lauren Marie Rocco. Christiane Rodriguez. Jeanette Rodriguez. Janice Rodriguez Lister. Nashira Marie Rodriguez. Michelle Marie Ruiz. Abigail Caton Rubenstein. Milela San Romin. Melissa Elise Scagnagati, being hooded by Dr. Vivian Scagnagati. Magdalene Duna Sainville. Brian Douglas Schmal. Annabelle Cedeno. James Shipley. Travis Shipley. Pamela Silva. Jessica M. Soto Ibar. Chantel Stylaji. Catherine Page Taylor. Michael Sully. Kinjal Sutar. Kelly Claire Swan. Aisha Syed, being hooded by Dr. Syed Sharafat. Dahlia Olivia Taylor. John Tipples Jr. Somya Terala. Chintan A. Takas. Giselle Emanuele. Isabel Tony. Vilma M. Torres, being hooded by Dr. Vilma I. Schultz. Hugh Train. Batik Tripathi. Shalini Tripathi. Krista Trivera. Sandy T. Trung. Tehun Cindy Valiente. Nilesh Vagani. Jimena Veos. Amish Kumar Vanpari. Dairon Vasquez. Zilka Vasquez. Kirill Veselov. Vivian Victoria, being hooded by Dr. Armando Escobar. Ivan Villa. Nivea Grisel Villegas Medina. Adam Lee Walters. Maria Walters Nieves. Richard Witter. Cheryl Ann Natalie Williams. Chelsea Nicole Williamson. Tim Yehez Kelly. Xiaoqin Yi. Ariel Shlomo Zlika. Alexander Zagvazden.
Dr. Robert Uchin, the Dean of the College of Dental Medicine, will present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Dental Medicine. Dr. Uchin.
Thank you, Dr. Littman. Will the candidates receiving the doctoral degree please come forward? I have also requested Dr. Hal Littman, Dr. Peter Keller, Dr. Stephen Haas, and Dr. Audrey Golko to come forward. Will the candidates please come forward? President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting the candidate who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree of Doctor of Dental Medicine.
Amy Marie Ackley, being hooded by Doctors Rodney and Eva Ackley. Tasmeem Ahmad. Kenya Alvarez, being hooded by Dr. David Bennett. Ali Amralahi. Amy Elizabeth Andrews. Ahmed Al-Zubani, being hooded by Dr. Yasmin Al-Zubani. Salina Arafat. Francie Arseniegos. Mehul Kumar Ardishana. George Azmi. Martin C. Avey. Jeffrey Barthowski. Joel Baez. Jessica Blanco. Ben Adam Bailey, being hooded by Dr. Lillian Amanda Bailey.
To your left, please. Go ahead. To your left.
Dina Bobrova. Sarina Bolle, being hooded by Drs. Richard Allen Rasmussen and Dr. Nina Bolle.
Top of the steps, sir.
Troy Brown. Daniel Bruin.
Top of the steps, sir.
David Burr. Carly Burt.
To your left.
Alexis Linnell Carey. Amanda Buscemry, being hooded by Dr. Michael Maruri. Nadesh Delphonse Cherry. Amanda Leon Cobb. Maria Angelica Cohen.
To your left, sir. Go ahead.
Jonathan Cohen. Astrid Cortez. Laura De Pena. Marissa Katie Crandall, being hooded by Dr. James Crandall. Nicole Elizabeth DeCambria. Yanette Diaz. Janky Desai. Christine Ding. Dina Edelby. Shoham Elazar. Jacqueline May Fibonetto. Christopher George Furlet. Shina Betty Fulsenstein, being hooded by Dr. J. Fulsenstein. Michael John Freeman. Matthew Bruce Fournier. Trinity E. Fry. Dorhees Garcia Lopez. Yolivis Vilasaral Fundora. Azin Hagagi. Harrison William Galub. Andrew Paul Hated. Justin Lamar Grimes, being hooded by Dr. Ormond Ralph Grimes, Jr. Linda Annette Hamang, being hooded by Dr. John C. Pelitzel, Jr. Daniel Hardy. Mehran Hassanazai Day. Ahmed Hatahet. Jessica Fortuny Hayate. Lindsay K. Hill, being hooded by Dr. Gregory Jean Hill. Carolina Herrera. Mumta Gurish Hugar. Jagdeep Singh Kel. Andrea Irarazibil. Syed Kalmalbek. Nicholas Eli Kizarian. Nicole Ann Elizabeth Kobe. Idalibus Lagos Sanchez. New Lee. Nicole Latisha Lamb. Christy Ann Lee. Claire Jiwan Lee. Jin Lim. Chan Lin. Carla A. Lisan. Gustavo Oliveira. Rita Mai Lu. Victor Darian Lubin, being hooded by Dr. Judith Lubin. Yosef Chayum Mardir. Marcela Alejandra Matamoros. Samuel Margulis. Irina V. Matthews. Valentina Matabelo. Nisha Manparo. Paul Michael Miller. Lucretia Armas de Monzon. Anthony Monillo. Herman Enrique Ochoa. David Nguyen. Jacqueline Renee Olbina, being hooded by Dr. Mark Robert Olbina. Niserge Tushar Parikh. Adriana Carolina Padron, being hooded by Dr. Fernando Jose Padron. Kihong Park. Rocky Mira Parmar. Ravi A. Patel. Tejas Patel. Julio Cesar Pinzon. Robert Evan Pearlstein, being hooded by Dr. Meyer Pearlstein. Ponum Vipin Popat. Koyan Fan, being hooded by Dr. David Hernandez. Sandra Viviana Puerto. Jordan Ray Rigsby. Melissa Quintana. Derek Andrew Rizziello. Kavi H. Shah, being hooded by Dr. Haresh Shah. Samantha Ivy Rubles. Mike Roig. Crudy J. Shill Shah. Daniel Joseph Sharpstein.
Wait to your left, please, miss.
Niala Sharma. Sydney Jacqueline Shear. Janan Akram Shreda.
To your left, please, miss.
Sarah Cheyenne. Monisha Shristha. Esther Shin. Rashid bin Siddiqui.
Top of the steps, please. You're with him, though.
Anurupa Shin Roy. Elena Gonzalez.
All the way to your left.
Stephen Shaw Tan. Andrew Russell Stridler, being hooded by Dr. Kenneth E. Stidler.
To your left, please. To your
Miriam Baloran Tavares. Julie Ann Sugar, being hooded by Dr. Nancy Helen Torres.
Go ahead to your left, please, miss. Go ahead.
Sonia Torak. Julia Talalenko, being hooded by Dr. Svantlara Talalenko.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Nathan Weeder. Rebecca Viego.
To your left, sir. Go ahead.
Stephen Frederick Riswall. Kyle Allen Yurton.
Dr. Robert Uchin, the Dean of the College of Dental Medicine, and Dr. Anthony Silvani, the Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine, will present the candidates in the dual degree Doctor of Dental Medicine and Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. This is a first for Nova Southeastern University.
The College of Dental Medicine and the College of Osteopathic Medicine has embarked on a dual degree program to make a significant improvement in the healthcare of the medically underserved or the victims of trauma or other facial injuries. The graduates of this dual degree will have the opportunity to either practice osteopathic and dental medicine in a rural underserved area where the greatest need for dental health exists, or in oral maxillofacial surgery, correcting facial injuries and defects, both improving the quality of life of their patients. Congratulations to the first two graduates of this landmark interprofessional degree program. And I want to go. And the whole thing. There we go. Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidates receiving the dual degree of Doctor of Dental Medicine and Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please come forward? President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who, in the judgment of the faculties, will be qualified for the degree of Doctor of Dental Medicine and Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. Let me go up here to the center.
Amber Marie Hurley Johnson, being hooded by Dr. Justin Wesley Johnson. Randy Rodriguez Torres, being hooded by Dr. Raul Rodriguez Torres.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman Asaf and President Hanbury, thank you both for allowing us to become the first in the nation for this innovative degree. Thank you very much. Everybody give them a round of applause. Dr. Anthony Silvani, the Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine, will present the candidates for doctoral degree.
Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine please come forward? I also request Dr. Rebecca Cherner, Dr. Haiti Masri, Dr. Ty Barber, and Dr. Gary Hill, the Hoodie Committee, to come forward. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine.
Courtney Esther Allen, being hooded by Dr. Richard Barrett Allen. Jason Michael Albrecht. Camille Alvarado Pinguello. Sarah Elizabeth Ancelo. Gregory Anderson. Ashley Brooke Arthur. Austin Eric Bach. Shiraz Beg. Samir Jad Baba. Jeffrey Travis Baker Jr., being hooded by Dr. Jeffrey Travis Baker Sr. Christopher Mark Begley. Michael Frederick Bates, being hooded by Dr. Allison Bates Durham. Jamie Ann Baines Fields, being hooded by Dr. William Anthony Fields. Jamie's also receiving the degree of Master of Public Health.
To your left, miss. All the way to your left.
Catherine J. Belo. Jennifer Berkovich.
All the way to your left.
Matthew William Barrios. Joseph William Biandolilo.
Top of the steps, miss.
Shivani Balsold. Brandon Bivens.
All the way to your left, please.
Simone Lauren Brumer. Charles Robert Blackwell, being hooded by Dr. Deborah Lee Blackwell.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Nicholas Santiago Camps. Monica Jill Brown, being hooded by Dr. Kenneth Reynolds.
All the way to your left. Go ahead, miss. All the way to your left.
Brittany Catherine Serenkowski.
All the way to your left, miss. To your left.
Susanna Chan. Jennifer Castillo, being hooded by Dr. Alex Luna.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Johnny Chi. Irfan Chaudhry, being hooded by Dr. Ifat Anis Chaudhry.
All the way to your left, sir.
Justin Chu. Max Citrin, being hooded by Dr. Paul Citrin and Dr. Judith Reynolds.
Top of the steps, miss.
Elizabeth Noel Clayton.
Stay over there. It'll be easier to get to your seat.
Brett Tracy Clement.
All the way to your left, sir.
Anthony Albert Cruz. Aaron Cohen, being hooded by Dr. Joel Cohen.
Top of the steps, man. Top of the steps.
Dion Crystal Deher. Anna Carolina Oliveira Crew.
All the way to your left, sir. To your left.
Perry Salesh Dave. Being hooded. Ana Carolina Oliveira Crew, being hooded by Dr. Carlos Rafael Oliveira.
All the way to your left, please.
Elizabeth Ann de la Botida. Ritika Dayal.
To the top of the steps, sir.
Daryush Dirakshan. Richard Eric Delgado, being hooded by Dr. Hector M. Delgado.
All the way to your left, sir. All the way to your left.
Sushil Deshmukh. Suruthi Devraniti.
Top of the steps, miss.
Erica Diogene. Jesse Vincent Duby.
All the way to your left, sir. Go ahead.
Omar Faru Diaro.
To your left, sir.
Belinda Idopolo.
All the way to your left.
Derek Kent Eggleston. Emily Claire Eubanks, being hooded by Dr. Sheldon Stern. Brian Christopher Fiore.
Top of the steps, sir.
Elias Fakori. Jillian Beth Fleischer.
To your left, sir. All the way to your left.
Christopher Claude Felton. John Keith Fowler II.
Top of the steps, please. Go ahead.
Marquila Cabrera Freeland. Alexander Garcia, being hooded by Dr. Dina Garcia.
All the way to your left, please. All the way
Natasha Ganjari.
all the way to the left.
Gabrielle Ann Berlinski Prato. John Gentile. Kristen Gonater Aubin.
All the way to the left, miss.
Corey Brooke Asher. Daniel Jacob Goodman.
Top of the steps, please, miss. Go ahead.
Rachel Lauren Goldstein. Jacqueline Mariella Beth Gorave, being headed by Dr. Mark Goravai.
All the way to the left, sir.
Bradley Christopher Gordon. Tonmei Pradeep Gogalia, being hooded by Dr. Shaishi Gupta.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Christopher Burnett Gore. Katerina Gukasova, being hooded by Dr. Mark Elliott.
To your left, sir. All the way to your left.
Derek Lee Gubo.
Top of the steps, sir.
Jerin Guo. Jennifer Alta Guyant, being hooded by Dr. Melissa Cohn.
All the way to your left, please.
Kobe Nicole Hano. Anastasia Judy Hawkins.
All the way to the left, miss.
Stephanie Joanne Haynes. Laura Marie Hendricks.
Go to the left, please, miss. All the way to the left.
Katie Alyssa Heinzman. William David Hoyneman.
All the way to the left, sir.
James Hu.
Go ahead.
Aaron Rochelle Nickel Houston. Jaya Nicole Jagohan.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead, please.
Hugh Trong Nguyen. John Lee Jones, being hooded by Dr. Anthony Blyer. Stephanie Manuela Kaplan. Jacob Anthony Kaliath, being hooded by Dr. Anthony Jacob Kaliath. Daniel Katzen. Michael Frederick Casper Zach. Miriam Fatima Kazmi. Zubair A. Khan. Syed Ali Khan, being hooded by Dr. Imad Ali Khan. David Khosrozadi. Seah Kim, also receiving the degree Master of Public Health. Christopher Paul Klein, also receiving the degree Master of Public Health. Robert Koch. Nade Kate. Calvin Conrad Krem. Lisa Maureen Couragean. Beth Kushner. Robert Frank LaPuma. Alexander Kai Leving. Chad Nicholas Lee. Joseph Hiram Lehman, being hooded by Dr. Jeffrey M. LaRoom. Janella Leon. Catherine M. Lenz. Bella Lerman. Ian Siet Lin. Tania Lopez.
Pardon me? Like the cap was there with the bag, so. Go ahead, top of the steps, please.
Alcia Marie Hunnigan.
It was in the box she gave us.
Angela Elizabeth Macri.
To the left, please. Go ahead, thank you.
Rachel Malky Wertzman. Eitan Ariel Marks, being hooded by Dr. Jules Marks.
Top of the steps, please.
Leah Page Marin. Konstantin Mazurski.
All the way to the left, sir.
Ron Matthew. Kristen Marie McBeth, also receiving the degree of Master of Public Health.
All the way to the left, sir.
Sean James McCann.
All the way to the left, sir. Go ahead.
Gregory John McKenna. Aldine McKenzie McClyment. Matthew Ramin McCurley.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Rohit Shari Mehra, also receiving the degree of Master of Public Health.
All the way to the left, please.
Tanya Mokatabarafi. Katie Marie Meyer. Jay Mahal. Jay Mohan, being hooded by Dr. Kajruni Mohan.
All the way to the left, sir.
John Daniel Murchison.
Top of the steps.
Justin Musafi. Savannah L. Moon, being hooded by Dr. Harry K. Moon.
To your left, sir. To your left.
Ong Si Mayant. Jacqueline Michelle Moscow, being hooded by Dr. Alan Moscow. Jonathan Nesfetter. Micah Tan Nguyen. Maurice Nguyen.
To your left, please.
Samantha Lou Notman.
Go ahead, sir.
Sean Allen Notman. Devlin Hydrick O'Connor. Haley Christie Olagani. Catherine Danielle Ogren, being hooded by Dr. Ann Caroline Ogren.
But I told her she had to. Is she ready to go?
Yeah, the speaker's ready. She sits there.
Okay, then tell me. We need to get. They can't find three.
Yeah, she didn't ask.
Sarah Marie Otero.
To your left.
Elizabeth Saren Oman, being hooded by Dr. Ronnie Oman.
Top of the steps, please. Go ahead, please.
Dalise Lisette Palacios.
To your left, please, sir. To your left. Yeah.
Sholem Michael Palevsky. Adam Ryan Oppenheim, being hooded by Dr. Seth H. Oppenheim.
Top of the steps, please.
Janine Marie Panner. Joshua Oppenheimer, being hooded by Dr. Evan Landau.
To the left, please, sir. To
Hatain Patel.
Richard, that was Safri. Tell her that she needs to.
Paresh N. Patel.
DeVry, do you hear me, DeVry?
Neha Patel. Scott Robert Morandian.
Come in, DeVry, please.
Vashesh Kumar Putuk. Jessica Lynn Pierce. Yassine Badir Puranti. Stephanie Queredad Perez.
Top of the steps, please.
Yusley Perez. Zachary K. Perlman. Laura Rose Peter. Laura Pestana. Elizabeth Tran Fung. Richard Matthew Poole, being hooded by Dr. William Randall Poole.
DeVry, please. Come in, DeVry.
Regina Bianca Ragasa.
I'm going to your left, sir, please.
Adam B. Quinney. Mark Alexander Raj.
To your left, please, miss. Go ahead. To your left.
Shannon Lee Rendon, also receiving the degree of Master of Public Health. Stephen Paul Ritucci.
Top of the steps, please.
Emmanuel Shakib Sakala. Kiran P. Sani, being hooded by Dr. Rana S. Sani.
Thank you. DeVry, the guest speaker's ready to go home, so we need to get the cab.
Richard, all we got was cat.
Joseph J. Salama.
DeVry, we need the cab for the speaker. We need the cab.
Mark Vahid Saman.
To your left, sir. To your left.
Richard Sanchez. Tara Michelle Schaff, also receiving the degree of Master of Public Health. Scott Michael Sandilands. Daniel Seidman, being hooded by Dr. Stephen Seidman. Daniel's also receiving the degree Master of Public Health.
All the way to your left.
Sabrina Marie Seuss. Mark Daniel Scheinman.
Straight ahead, top of the steps.
Bilal Sheikh. Natalie Schilt.
To your left, please. All the way to your left.
Jason David Smith. Beth Erin Singer, being hooded by Dr. Karen B. Singer.
All the way to your left, please. To your left.
Warren James Smith.
You could have this one, David. Top of the steps, please.
Ekta Ushak Solanfith. Morgan Ryder Smith, being hooded by Dr. Roger Karam.
All the way to your left, please. Go ahead.
Ashley Nicole Startzman. Mordecai Solomon.
Top of the steps, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Stephanie Lynn Stevens.
This is her mother, but her name's not on there. So what's your name?
Wendy Song, being hooded by Dr. Cindy Song.
Top of the steps, please.
Trisha Marie Sterlici. David Sugar. Marina Soyanovich.
Top of the steps.
Chelsea Bree Swaco. Lucia Sabo.
To your left.
Richard Talbot. Adrienne Marie Cito.
All the way to your left, please. Miss.
Karen Daniela Telez Jacques.
Top of the steps.
Ashley Elizabeth Terry, also receiving the degree Master of Public Health. William Singh Tan, being hooded by Dr. Walter Singh Tan.
All the way to your left.
Daniel Patrick Tai. Alexander Ross Udall.
All the way to your left.
Matthew Carl Udi.
Top of the steps.
Kelly Lynn Virgin, also receiving the degree Master of Public Health. Krishna Vanam. Zachary James Virgin. Carolina Patricia Vasquez, being hooded by Dr. Wilmer Sangundo Velasquez.
Top of the stairs, please.
Paul Michael Valansky. David Lewis Warner.
Top of the stairs, miss. Go ahead, please.
Naima Mushima Waid.
Student, hold on.
Lauren Michelle Westifer, being hooded by Dr. Anita Westifer. Lauren's also receiving the degree Master of Public Health.
All the way to your left. Go ahead, miss.
Natalie Victoria Wessel, also receiving the degree Master of Public Health. Andrew James Whipple.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Adam Matthew Wilkins. John Ewan.
All the way to your left.
Emily Elizabeth Young. Matthew Paul Rossman.
Top of the steps, sir. Go ahead.
Justin William Robinson.
To
Yuri M. Kim.
deeper.
Dr.
We got two more to do.
Two more doctorates.
Dr. Anthony Solani. Mr. President, Dr. Anthony Solani, the Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine, will present the candidates for master's degrees.
I gotta go back. There we go. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Public Health come forward? I also request Dr. Cyril Blavo to come forward. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Master of Public Health.
Faria Fatima Azad. Lauren Nicole Bello. Kayla Breton.
Dr. Blabo's doing.
Well, he's doing both ways.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead, miss.
Marie Calixta Usena. Aline Cristina Casal Fernandez. Calandria Cleo Chumiso. Rhonda Diane Edwards. Danielle Eva Garza. Erica Granada Ramirez. Terry Scott Hartman. Angela Suzanne Garcia. Luzanne Philpotts. Brittany Johnson.
You can only hug one at a time.
Julia Mushlin. Nalia Muganzosao. Ana Maria Ospina. Mimi Bright Rybatsky. Johanna Renteria. Kamora Camille Skalman. Brittany T. Scott. Forzana S. Sheikh. Victoria Udovino. Ni Diu.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Biomedical Informatics please come forward? I also request Dr. Jenny Liu to come forward. President Hanbury, I have the privilege of presenting the candidates who, in the judgment of the faculty, will be qualified for the degree Master of Biomedical Informatics.
Mary Beth Schambach. Daniel Enrique Segura. Halimat S. Junadu. Hernando Latorre. Marta Angama. Amanda Shagny Horton. Antonio A. Torbil. Nesrin Sayadi Farah.
Mr. President, would you do us the honor of conferring the doctoral degree candidates and the master's degree candidates with their degrees?
Correct. Thank you, Dr. Lippman. Would the doctoral candidate please rise? All doctoral candidates. Okay, it's not over yet. Got a few more minutes. It won't be official until I say these last and final words. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Nova Southeastern University, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate doctorate degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Congratulations to all of you. Now you can be seated. Now I would like all of the master's degree candidates to please rise. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Nova Southeastern University, I hereby confer upon you the appropriate master's degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto. Now let's give them a big round of applause. Congratulations.
Please be seated. We're almost finished, but you have to understand what a wonderful, wonderful thing it is to watch all of you walk across the stage, and for you to have the honor and privilege of shaking the hands of the president of this university is very unique. So let's give President Hanbury a round of applause. It is an honor today to have the physical therapy oath administered by Dr. Madeline Hellman, Chair of the Physical Therapy Department. The words of all these oaths that are going to be presented now can be found in the back of the commencement program.
Will the physical therapy class of 2013 please rise and recite the oath along with me? As I enter the profession of physical therapy, I solemnly and willingly pledge the following. I will strive to demonstrate professionalism as reflected in the ABTA's core values in all my professional and personal endeavors. I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals and will provide compassionate care. I will be trustworthy in all aspects of physical therapy practice. I will place the welfare of my patients above my own self-interest. I will provide accurate and relevant information to patients about their care and to the public about physical therapy services. I will exercise sound judgment and comply with the laws and regulations that govern physical therapy, and I will protect the public from unethical, incompetent, and illegal acts. I will maintain professional competence and promote high standards for physical therapy practice, education, and research. I will address the health needs of society and strive to effect changes that benefit patients and the community. I will contribute to the body of knowledge that is physical therapy. I will respect the rights, knowledge, and skills of colleagues and other healthcare professionals and seek consultation whenever the welfare of the patient may be advanced. Thus, with this pledge, I freely accept the responsibilities that accompany the academic preparation for and the practice of physical therapy. Thank you, and be seated. It is now an honor today to have the dental medicine oath administered by Dr. Abby Brody, Associate Dean for Curriculum and Educational Affairs.
Will the College of Dental Medicine class of 2013 please rise and recite along with me? I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be mindful always of my great responsibility to preserve the health of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, and to perform faithfully my professional duties. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and I will look with respect and esteem upon all those who have taught me my art. To my college, I will be loyal and strive for its best interests and for the interest of the students who will come after me. I will ever be alert to further the application of basic biological truths and technical advances in my chosen profession, dental medicine. Thank you. Please be seated. It is now an honor today to have the Optometric oath administered by Dr. David Rouse, President of the Florida Optometric Association.
Will the new doctors of optometry, class of 2013, please rise? I ask you to please recite the oath along with me. With full deliberation, I freely and solemnly pledge that I will practice the art and science of optometry faithfully and conscientiously and to the fullest scope of my competence. I will uphold and honorably promote by example and action the highest standards and ethics and ideals of my chosen profession and honor the degree Doctor of Optometry which has been granted me. I will provide professional care for those who seek my services with concern, with compassion, and with due regard for their human rights and dignity. I will place the treatment of those who seek my care above my personal gain and strive to see that none shall lack for proper care. I will hold as privileged and inviolable all information entrusted to me in confidence by my patients. I will advise my patients fully and honestly of all of which may serve to restore, maintain, or enhance their vision and general health. I will strive continuously to broaden my knowledge and skills so that my patients can benefit from all new and efficacious means to enhance the care of human vision. I will share information cordially and unselfishly with my fellow optometrists and other professionals for the benefit of patients and the advancement of human knowledge and welfare. I will do my utmost to serve my community, my country, and humankind as a citizen as well as an optometrist. I hereby commit myself to be steadfast of this, my solemn oath and obligation. Thank you, and please be seated. It is now an honor to have Dr. Gore Alvarez, Director of Pharmacy Services, who will administer the Pharmacist oath.
I'm glad you're already standing up. Will the pharmacy class of 2013 please rise? I ask that you recite the oath along with me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept a lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our professionals' moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experience, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with a full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations and welcome to the profession of pharmacy. Please be seated. Today we are honored to have with us Dr. Elaine Wallace, Executive Associate Dean of Academics, who will administer the Osteopathic Oath.
Thank you, Dr. Ellis. Will the Osteopathic Medicine class of 2013 please rise? And I ask you to recite the oath along with me. I do hereby affirm my loyalty to the profession I am about to enter. I will be always mindful of my great responsibility to preserve the health and the life of my patients, to retain their confidence and respect, both as a physician and a friend, who will guard their secrets with scrupulous honor and fidelity, to perform faithfully my professional duties, to employ only those recognized methods of treatment consistent with good judgment and with my skills and ability, keeping in mind always nature's laws and the body's inherent capacity for recovery. I will be ever vigilant in aiding in the general welfare of the community, sustaining its laws and institutions, not engaging in those practices which will in any way bring shame or discredit upon myself or my profession. I will give no drugs for deadly purposes to any person, though it will be asked of me. I will endeavor to work in accord with my colleagues in a spirit of progressive cooperation, and never by word or by act cast imputations upon them or their rightful practices. I will look with respect and esteem upon all of those who have taught me my art. To my college I will be loyal and strive for its best interests and for the interest of the students who will come after me. I will ever be alert to further the application of basic biologic truths to the healing arts and to develop the principles of osteopathy, which were first enunciated by Andrew Taylor Still. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Wallace. Now, if I could have the lights raised a little, I'd like for everyone in the audience to congratulate our new doctors and master's students. Well, they were a little slow on raising the lights, but they got them up anyway. But ladies and gentlemen, Nova Southeastern University will celebrate its 50th anniversary next year. And as we approach that milestone, I hope that you, as graduates of the 49th year, will take an opportunity to look back at your tenure here and realize that you are every bit of a part of Vision 2020 as all of the other 48 years that have preceded you. I hope you'll be proud of your alma mater and that you will be a part of its legacy. I hope you'll stay active as an NSU alumnus and that I will see you when I come around to the various alumni groups and organizations, and that you'll continue to participate in activities on the main campus or at our student education centers. Believe me, they need your help, students that are in existing programs. And you should know, because after all, now you can say, I've been there and I've been in your shoes, and I have experience. As I originally mentioned, commencement is both a beginning and an end. We are all proud of our graduates and certain that your families and your loved ones are proud of your accomplishments as well. I think everyone will agree that putting on a program that has over 10,000 attendees and close to 750 graduates, that this is no easy undertaking. And it's not necessarily the people on the stage that need to be commended, but those individuals that were behind the scenes. Some of them were not so far behind, but you didn't really see them. First of all, the individual that called every 750 names, Mr. David Tyree, for announcing those names. And then that beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, Ms. Jamie Ellen de Oliveira. Jamie. And later on, you'll hear from Miss Emiliana Artish as she sings the NSU anthem. But most of all, the gentlemen and the orchestra that entertained your relatives and loved ones before you marched in and doing the march and will play afterwards, Dr. Mark Kavanaugh and his wonderful orchestra led by his direction. Dr. Kavanaugh and the orchestra. And then the individuals in the white shirts that gave all the orchestration of when you marched up here, Miss Elaine Poff and her entire staff in the white shirts. Let's hear it for them. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now call Dr. Flores to come to the stand and perform the final ceremonies for the closure of this commencement. Dr. Flores.
Will everybody please stand up? And please look at your book where the words of the university anthem are written.
Hail thee, Nova Southeastern, bright sun shining new, radiant star of our morning, ever rising true. May thy wisdom serve as our constant guide, and thy love a beacon strong, as throughout the world we spread thy name, joining voice in grateful song. Nova Southeastern, alma mater, by thy light imbued, service, honor, loyalty, till our days are through. Love thee, pray and do.
Please remain standing until the faculty has left the podium. I now declare that this 44th commencement ceremony of Nova Southeastern University will be closed.